All right, now we have Varnika. She joins us on this story. Varnika, many thanks for talking to Republic TV. Do you know about the fact that the CCTV footage, though the CCTVs were installed, but the footage has certainly vanished? They're saying, the police is saying, Varnika, that those CCTV cameras that were installed are not functional anymore.
Yeah, I mean, from the time when these guys started harassing me, terrorizing me, sorry. Harassing is, I think, an extreme understatement. From Sector 7 till where they were caught, there are at least, I think, about 8 junctions. And of those, half of those are, you know, the biggest junctions in the city where the bulk of the city's traffic goes through. Now, I don't claim to know which CCTV cameras were working or not, but we did suspect that there might be an attempt to try and do something like this. And my father did speak with the UT Home Department and express his concern that there is a possibility that the footage could go missing.
Varnika, you know, over the last couple of days, in fact, I think it started last evening, and last evening, Republic TV, you know, we've debated this extensively. We questioned the BJP right from the party leaders to spokespersons to even the local MP there. And in response, we saw that somewhere towards the evening when the BJP central leadership, we got some information coming in that the BJP was looking into this from the Delhi level. There was a slander campaign that was launched, and I know you're aware of that slander campaign. How do you respond to those who are openly now resorting to this slander campaign, Varnika?
My only response is that this is a very, very blatant attempt to try and intimidate me, to try and scare me into backing off, to make me afraid for whatever it is that they think they're destroying, because all they can do is spew lies. Whoever these people are who are doing this, using my personal pictures from my Facebook profile and some ridiculous accusations. I mean, anyone who can look at the picture knows what the truth is and what the truth isn't. I mean, and I don't feel the need to justify this to anyone, because this is very clearly just an attempt to intimidate me. And this is exactly the sort of thing that I am doing this to fight against.
And have you faced any sort of pressure from the politicians, maybe Barala, it could be Barala or his family or his friend circle? Because we know that the slander campaign has mostly been launched by those who are known to Barala or his family.
No, but there has been no direct contact with me. Nobody has tried to get in touch or tried to coerce me or try to tell me what to say and what not to say. Yeah, everything that I'm saying is, of course, of my own volition.
How do you respond to... Were you aware of this BJP spokesperson? We're given to understand that this spokesperson landed up at the police station when Barala was taken there, and that he drove the SUV from the police station. That's something that our reporting team was able to gather last evening, and through different sources we were able to confirm that. How do you respond to such reports, and were you there when it happened?
Sorry, you're saying he drove the SUV?
Okay. When Barala was taken to the police station, we have learned that a BJP leader also arrived at that police station to probably help him out and tried to move the SUV in which Barala was in. They tried to drive the SUV out of the police station. Oh. Did you know about that?
I'm not aware of anything of the sort.
Okay. Because we have learned that there was some sort of political pressure that was put on the police, and I think you know, you've also been strongly fighting to ensure that he's been charged under much more stringent sections. And you will also remember that the first mistake the police did was change the bailable, non-bailable offence to bailable. What has been your interaction with the police, and how do you respond to the manner in which the police has dealt with this?
See, as far as my interaction has been with the police, they have been nothing but helpful. That night, they were the reason that I got saved. I think my life was saved because the police arrived in time. And even after that, every time I needed help, they were extremely helpful. The women's cell in Chandigarh extended their, specifically got in touch with me just to extend their support and let me know that they're with me, they stand with me. And but yeah, I mean, and then of course I met yesterday, again went over some details of the investigation, but my interaction with the police so far has only been positive. And that is what gives me some hope that if the police continue to do their job as well as they have done now, there is no way that I cannot get justice.
Do you think they're under pressure, the police, under some sort of political pressure, given that this pervert is the son of the BJP chief in Haryana?
Well, I can't really comment. I mean, I can't really say whether or not they are under pressure because, you know, my dealing with the police has been extremely minimal. It was that day and then yesterday for like a very little while, only a very factual interaction. So that's that, you know.
And what is your message to all of those who are trying to, you know, launch this slander campaign on social media?
I wouldn't even say it's a message to them because it's not something worth me paying attention to. It is just an extremely blatant attempt at some sort of victim shaming, and their only intention, and like I've said this time and again now, from the night that it started, the first moment that these guys tried to intimidate me, to now when the slander is happening, all of these people's intentions have just been to scare me into submission. Those guys wanted to scare me into submission so I would stop my car. These guys, the ones running the slander campaign, want to scare me into backing off. Which is the whole fight that I'm fighting. That people like these, think that they can just scare women into doing whatever they want.
Will you now fight this
and
to the
they
finish?
need to understand that that's not how it is. You cannot just... Of course, definitely.
Yeah, you were saying something, I interrupted you. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying that, you know, they cannot count on fear and a woman being scared to get their way. They can't count on that. And these people, as far as I can see, count on it. They are almost sure, they are almost certain of it. That if we do this, how could she not? Which is the fight that I'm fighting for myself and for every other woman in the country. Because since the incident happened, I have not met a single woman who hasn't recounted her own similar story or a different kind of story of harassment. And most of those stories were not at night. They were like, there have been stories in the middle of the day, early morning, early evening. And everything, it's all about fear. Because the men think that we fear them and they can make us feel that fear and they can do whatever they want on the basis of that fear, which is exactly what needs to change.
And now when you hear reports of the CCTV footage going missing or the CCTV was dysfunctional, how do you respond to this? Do you believe there's a cover-up at work?
I don't know if there is a cover-up or not. But what I do know is that from when they started terrorizing me to when they were caught, there were 8 junctions. And of those 8 junctions, a lot of them are junctions that the bulk of the city's traffic goes through every day. These are like major junctions in the city. And of course, I don't know where all the CCTV cameras were, but I did suspect we did suspect that there could be a possibility that footage could go missing. I'm not sure yet if it has gone missing or if they, just whatever, the cameras weren't working or whatever, but we did suspect that it could go missing, and my father expressed his concerns to the UT Home Department that this is a possibility. And well, I mean, now we just wait and watch, I guess.
Because we spoke to the chief engineer in this case, Varnika. We asked the chief engineer about, the CCTVs. He said out of the 90 odd, around 63, he said, were working and 23 were not working. He didn't get into the specifics, but he did say that they monitor the CCTVs on a daily basis for maintenance, and that on a daily basis there is work that goes on to make sure that they are rectified. So in that case, we find it, it's not really a coincidence, is it? That, like you are saying, you did suspect that the CCTV footage would go missing. And we're asking whether it's just a coincidence that all of this has gone missing. Are you surprised with the turn of events?
Like I said, I wouldn't say I'm surprised because we suspected that something like this could happen. We don't know yet exactly what has happened. We don't know if the footage is missing or if the cameras were actually not working. But what we do know is that we suspected that something could go wrong with the CCTV footage. And, well, it has, I guess.
He has followed this story in the last many hours when we broke it first, the kind of impact that it has made. For those viewers who are just tuned into us, who are listening to you right now, would you like to tell them something, some message? Because you did mention a while back when you were answering Niranjan that you are getting unprecedented support from many girls who have gone through similar, perhaps a more nightmarish ordeal.
No, the support is not just from girls. The support is, I think, from the entire country. I mean, I'm getting messages from across the globe because literally every woman I know, and I think most women in the country and a lot of the women in the world even. I mean, of course, crime isn't just restricted to our country. It happens everywhere. And I think this resonates with everyone because we have all at one point or the other, maybe not to this extent, but always felt the fear. And like I've said before, the fear is what we have to fight. And which is also what I mentioned in my Facebook post and again, that it's time for women to get proactive about their own safety. The day we start being able to defend ourselves, men will have to think twice before they mess with us, right?
There are also some comments, Varnika, comments to the tune of, girls shouldn't go out at night. Some comments that came in the last 12 hours from different political parties and different leaders. I think there was one from the BJP itself who said that girls should not be out on the road at that point of time, at that late into the night. How do you respond? How do you respond to such comments, Varnika?
My response is that if guys like these didn't exist, there would be no problem with girls going out at night, whether it's 12 a.m. or 3 a.m. That's the first thing I want to say. And the second thing I want to say is that it's nobody's business except the girl and her family, what she does and where she goes and at what time she goes.
Varnika, also, are you really satisfied with the line of investigation, questioning pertaining to you so far as Chandigarh police is considered, the way they've asked you questions, etc.? Are you satisfied? Do you have a lot of confidence in them, the cops?
Yeah, I mean, like I've mentioned, they were nothing but helpful, and my statement was recorded. I have given the statement exactly as it happened. And yeah, so far, I mean, I'm satisfied with how Chandigarh police has been with me. And as far as the investigation is concerned, I think it's just starting. So it's a little bit premature to comment on whether or not, it's going the way it should.
Okay. But this is your fight to the finish, right? You're not going to give up any which way, and you shouldn't.
Definitely.
Many thanks, Varnika, for talking exclusively to Republic TV.